Welcome to yet another brand new podcast by yours truly, Mr. McDougall. Mm-hmm. I got it. We all got it. That sexy voice. You'll see a nice picture. No video, because we are underground, baby. So today's topic, what I wanted to talk about, is actually something quite intimate. And I have also named this topic, as you can see. So I want to admit I have looked back in my past, and I'm gonna get it out right now. I have been an incel, and I might still be. I have read that incels are people who blame the whole world for their shortcomings, for their bad luck, for things not going well, for not having success. They blame everything on everyone and every outside factors, everything they have no influence on. Now, I know incels, and for private reasons I can't say anymore. But because I have been an incel, I know what it's like. And I know I have a couple of friends who might be. And I know how hard it is. And it's not easy. We like to think that it is easy. But if you think it's easy, you're not in that person's shoes, as they might say. If you would be like I am, then you would understand how incredibly difficult it is for those people. Because on a certain level, I can understand why they blame the world. Because you see, people can be very, very selfish and not give a fuck about anyone else. I mean, just go to a nightclub and you will see how many people take selfies. Isn't taking a selfie like that one of the most egotistical things there is? Why do you want a selfie? To show to the whole world that, hey, this is me? I don't know. That's the feeling I get. But to understand an incel, I think you need to have been one, or they're still part of you. And you can talk to an incel any way you want, but they just won't listen to reason. I know, because I was like that. And it's really difficult to get out of it. For me, personally, the one thing that worked is that I had people in my life, good friends, who slowly dragged me out of it. But every time they left me by myself, I went back and I sank deeper and deeper in depression. So I guess this podcast is for you, incels, and people who might know people who are incels. And perhaps you will listen to me. Of course, I can say stop blaming everyone for your bad luck. But I don't think you're going to listen, because you will keep coming up with factors or arguments such as, no, it is their fault because and because. No. I'm going to tell you one thing. One time, I had an appointment in another city, and I had to take the train. I was supposed to be there by 12 at noon. Of course, I was late. I didn't make the time schedule. I decided to take one train that was 5 minutes later than planned. Of course, that train had a delay. So I had to wait for the next one. Of course, that one got delayed as well, so I had to take another train to travel around the one destination that I had to go to. And I finally arrived. But no, there had been an accident. So now I was stranded at another station. I wasn't supposed to be there. And it would take at least 1 or 2 hours for the trains to go again. So I called my friend with whom I had made an appointment, and he was coming. Now, of course, my friend was late. So I had waited 1.5 hours. Now, there's two things I can do. I could blame the train. I could blame my friend for being slow. But you have to put the blame on yourself. If you had taken this train on time, or even earlier, then this would never have happened. This is what we call taking responsibility for your own actions. Don't blame people. The first person to blame is always you, no matter what. I know it sounds rough, and sometimes it really isn't your fault, but the reason why you have to look at yourself in the first place is because that's where improvement starts to develop. That's when you will start to improve yourself. That's when you start to slowly but surely get out of that incel behavior. And I don't think you might ever get out of it. I'm going to be honest. There's moments when I blame other factors as well. But then there's this voice in my head, and it says, now hold on a minute. If you had done this and that, then that never would have happened. If you had not made that mistake, then this result would have never have happened. So you have to take responsibility for your own actions and the actions you didn't take. See how we keep coming back to several subjects? So this is what I'm learning here in Los Angeles. Learning a lot of things, and I wanted to share them with you. I know what it's like to be inside and not go out and meet new people. And you will become depressed, very, very depressed. Unfortunately, I know people who do sit inside, and unfortunately, I have a friend who does that, and I cannot blame him. We don't know what they're going through and what floats through their mind. We have no idea. The only thing we can do is at least try to understand where they're coming from and to see if there's a way to help them, to slowly but surely drag them out of that endless pit of misery and sadness and tears. And it will cost a lot of strength. And to all you incels, yes, wherever you are, you're not in a good place and you can get out of it. The thing is, you can get out of the pit. And I said, you will never get out. It's only 50% true. You will always get out of that well. But you will always be standing on that edge. So your whole life, you have to keep fighting to not fall down that well again. And that's what life is. You have to fight. Keep pushing yourself. Push yourself to the limit. And it's very tempting to stay inside. I know. It is. It's nice and comfortable where you are. But where you are and all that comfort, That's the place where nothing special will ever happen to you. No one is gonna knock on your door and tell you, hey, you're a great and awesome person, and I love you. That is never going to happen. You have to go out there. You have to go out in the wild, like a hunter. If you stay inside, your life will be very miserable. So I hope you'll remember that. I hope you will find the energy to fight, because a lot of you are sitting inside and you're wasting your potential, as I have. Someone pointed that out to me, and I'm actually glad that person did that, because it made me a stronger and better person, and so will it make you much stronger and better. And you know why? Because you deserve it. You don't deserve to be at home and let your talents and potential waste. Don't. There's so much you can offer to the world. So much. So please, just find the energy to get out. And to whoever knows an incel, don't give up on them. There's always a way to help a person. And as for me, I'll just keep on fighting to not fall backwards into that well again, because it will cost much more strength to crawl out from that well. I hope this podcast has given us all a deeper level of listening and understanding, and a brand new layer of perspective on life. Thank you for listening. I'm out.